Sorensen 26, Zach Brackett 19. That's right there in the top 5 in the order. Jake Sorensen, 32 runs batted in. Easton Newman with 18. Braxton Pickett, 14. And the slugging percentage. Easton Newman again, 703. Jake Sorensen, 594. Zach Brackett, 508. And then doubles. Easton Newman with 7. Jake Sorensen, 6. Coulter King with 4. And then, like you say, that's, we've talked to Max Sanders last week. Once that middle of the lineup, that's kind of a killer middle of the lineup. And I think you can kind of say the same thing for the San Juan Broncos in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Jens Nelson in his 5th year comes in with 47 wins and 49 losses. So he's looking to get a couple wins here at BYU and have an overall record of 500. But they do like to run the bases. That's one thing we did see with Gunnison versus Parowan. Gunnison took advantage of the bases. They were able to get some stolen bases, and it'll be interesting to see today which one of those two teams try to get on base and start running early.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup. I haven't checked Max Preps to see who was favored, but I'm guessing the top seed is going to be favored by a couple runs here, which would give a slight edge to the San Juan Broncos. So you're listening to the 2A State Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, along with our partners at V6 Media. We'll be back.
For more than 40 years, Jones and DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project, earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juavois good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Northfield on the campus of Brigham Young University. At this time, we invite you to please rise and remove your caps to the playing of our national anthem.
Today, live high school sports action on KSBC.
Yeah, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson. We're back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the campus of BYU, 2A State Playoff Baseball. Here with our broadcast partners today, channel V6.com. So check them out. We'll have a live stream, and looks like we got the coaches meeting taking place right now, so we're not too far away from first pitch. Let's start with our lineups. We'll start once you, Coach, cover the home team, San Juan Broncos.
Yeah, leading off, and Batting first, number 9, the catcher, Parker Snyder. Batting second, number 3, the shortstop, Garrett Young. Batting third, the number 2, the pitcher, Jersey Neves. Batting fourth, the number 24, the first baseman, Cooper Palmer. Batting fifth, number 11, in left field, Ian Johnson. Batting sixth, number 22, in center field, Colin Baker. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Talon Mendoza. Batting eighth, number 1, the third baseman, Jake Ivins. Batting sixth, the DH, Branton Bethea. And in right field, Brody Bilboa.
Okay, and for the visiting Gunnison Valley High School Bulldogs today, Coach Max Sanders in the leadoff position at shortstop, number 3, Zach Brackett. Batting second, the catcher, that's number 1, Coulter King. Batting third and pitching, number 11, Easton Newman. Batting fourth in left field, number 6, Jake Sorensen. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 17, Parker Sanders. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 8, Kyler Cox. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 2, Braxton Pickett. Batting eighth, the DH, number 15, Gage Topham. Batting ninth, number 10, the third baseman, Peyton Sanders, and rounding out the lineup at second base, number 23, Kylan Crouch. So we're just about there at first pitch. Coach, what do you think? We'd talk about the keys to the game for both teams.
Yeah, looking at a couple of the keys for me, just looking at their stats overall, San Juan has the second number of runs scored of any 2A team behind the number 1 Sal Severe Rams. They've scored 279 runs, Sal Severe has. San Juan, the number 5 seed, has 248 runs scored. However, they do give up 151 runs per game. Gunnison, on the flip side of that, they've scored 150 runs and given up 143. So they've actually given up a few less runs than San Juan has, but they've almost scored 100 less runs than what San Juan has. And looking at the last 2 games for these 2 teams, last game for San Juan was a win over North Severe, 16-13. So they put up the runs, but they give up lots of runs. Gunnison, on the other hand, they did put up 10 runs against Parowan to only the 1 run given up.
Yeah, and I think the key to Gunnison in that game was the errors. No errors in that ball game. If they can play tough, they get the pitchers. The pitcher's got the confidence to pitch to his defense. I think that makes a world of difference for the Gunnison Valley High School Bulldogs. So I'm going to get rid of this stuff right here so I can see how to play. So, yeah, leading things off for the Gunnison Valley High School Bulldogs, be number 3, Zach Brackett, the shortstop, comes in hitting .311, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Batting second, number 1, the catcher, Coulter King, with a .246 average, 1 home run, 6 driven in. And in the hole in the number 11, the pitcher today, Easton Newman, comes in hitting .516 with 1 home run and 18 driven in. So it looks like we're just about ready to go. Jake Neves, is that how you said Neves?
I think it's Neves, but we'll find out for sure, yeah.
Jersey Neves on the mound has a 2.44 ERA, record of 1-1 in 37 and a third innings pitched, 36 base on balls to 33 Ks. So I think there may be a little bit of a secret there. Throwing just a few more, maybe see if Gunnison Valley High School Bulldogs be a little patient, see if that don't work. We've talked about freebies during the ball game.
Yeah, for sure. As the throwdown goes from the catcher there, that's going to be Parker Snyder, and we're going to talk about the catchers as this game goes on, because both Coulter King for Gunnison and Parker Snyder, they're going to have to keep these 2 teams off the base pass, and it's really not the catcher, it's the pitcher's going to have to do a good job to keep track, because otherwise you're going to give up free bases if you don't keep those runners close.
You've got a lot of space. You got 40, 45 feet at least behind home plate. So, and down the line, here's the first pitch to Zach Brackett, leading things off. Takes first pitch, curveball in there for strike 1. We're 343 down the right field line, 347 down the left field, and 402 feet is dead center field here. The 0-1 to Brackett. Thought about it, held off, takes it ball high.
Yeah, just a little up in the zone. Zach Brackett, the leadoff hitter for Gunnison's, done a nice job all year long, and bats from that left side. Does a really good job, patient at the plate.
Takes another curveball, slaps it foul back here to our left. Yeah, Zach gets down the base path pretty quick. Good wheels.
Yeah. We've seen him, shortstop, pitch. He's played center field before.
And the 2 home runs tells you he does have some pop. There's a pitch that's lifted to left field. Left fielder Ian Johnson coming in. He's got it for out number 1 on the F7.
They just got a little bit underneath that pitch, wasn't able to stay on top of it and drive that one hard into that left center gap and just hit that short flare into left center where the left fielder actually come in, called off the shortstop, and made the catch. Nice job from Ian Johnson to communicate with Garrett Young there at shortstop.
Yeah, good call there. That's a much easier play for the outfielder coming in. So first pitch to Coulter King. Curved ball. Gets just a little piece of that. Mr. Neves seems to like that curved ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, these two teams know each other well. They've played twice, and this is the third matchup. But right now, the game plan must be throw these Bulldog hitters lots of curveballs.
So the 0-1. Looked like they had a little bit of a wrinkle on it too, but stayed up.
Another curveball just a little up and outside as Coulter King laid off that one.
Coulter comes in hitting 246, 1 home run, 6 driven in. Another curveball stays up. Ball 2. So counts 2-1. We do have 1 out. We're just in the top of the first inning here. 2A state baseball. This will be an elimination game. That was lifted to right field. Going to go just foul. Beating things up at 2-2. Yep. Winner goes home. Winner goes on, loser goes home today.
Exactly. And Coulter King right there looking for fastball. Finally got it and jumped all over that one, just hitting it foul down the right field line.
Laying him straight away, fairly shallow. Here's the 2-2. That curveball's inside. Coulter backs out of the way, full count.
Yeah, Coulter's got to be ready right here. Fastball. Neve's not going to want to lose him and give up a freebie.
The two that really do damage in the lineup are coming next for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs. Yep. Fastball doesn't get there. So first base on balls given up by Jersey Neves. That'll bring Easton Newman to the plate. Easton comes in hitting .516, 1 home run, 18 runs driven in. But standing in that on-deck circles, the .377 average with 3 home runs and 32 driven in. That's Jake Sorensen. So Coulter King gets a good lead there. First pitch, curveball stays up.
Started out really well with the curveball, and then kind of struggled right there, and then came back with a fastball with King, walks him, and then goes 1-0 behind to Newman right here early on.
Well, it's got to be something new. I probably haven't played on many artificial turf mounds this year, so that'd be interesting to see the next pitch stays up too.
Yeah, 2-0 right now to Newman, and Newman's going to have to, it's a hitter's count right now. He's got to be ready for that fastball, getting it down in the zone because Neves is probably going to take something off.
Took it off, but left it up for ball 3.
That's the one key, too. We talked about runs scored. Both these two teams able to put up lots of runs, but you hate to get behind to someone early on.
Newman kind of squares around. Neves steps off. Everybody going to reload here.
Yeah, imagine Coach Sanders has got the take sign on here for Newman. Make him see a strike.
He's going to throw behind. Late kind of gets away from the first baseman. So it counts 3-1.
This great hitters count still 3-1. It's a great opportunity, too, to get the runner going because 3-1 count's a great hit and run count. If it's ball 4, you let it go, but otherwise you get your runner going. You might create some holes for the batter.
3-1 on its way. Another fastball driven to center field. Coming in on it is Colin Baker. Makes the catch. Number 2. Dr. King scampers back to first base.
Yeah, and King realized that, I better get off a little bit further. If this one drops in, he's going to have a chance at throwing him out at second base. But the ball just kind of hung up right there and allowed Baker to come in and make that catch. And like you said, King had to get back there quickly, but there was no throw.
Jake Sorensen's up, 377 average, 3 home runs, 32 driven in. Colter King on first, 2 outs, first pitch, outside for ball 1.
Yeah, still with King's got good speed at first base. Maybe try to pick one, time up a curveball count where you can get a stolen base.
There it goes, took off late though, the throw.
And that's exactly what it was. It was a curveball, a little bit up, and a really good throw from the catcher Snyder, and quick tag. But I do think he got in it underneath the tag, which they called him safe, but the San Juan players didn't like the call.
Tyler Mendoza was kind of jumping around out there. Tag was a little bit high. That was called strike 1. So it counts 1-1 to Jake Sorensen. Left foul over here to the right-hand side. Strike 2.
Still seeing lots of curveballs early on. Another curveball right there, just fouled back from Sorensen.
Don't want to leave one up there to Sorensen. Just almost got him. He was willing to wear it, but
yeah, right on the inside part of the plate. Sorensen stayed right in there, and San Juan players felt like that caught the inside corner, but it's just going to be ball 2.
Got to remember, it ain't where it comes to rest in the catcher's glove, it's where it crosses that little odd-shaped thing buried in the ground. Hit the shortstop, cross to the first baseman, Cooper Palmer, for the 6-3 putout, not number 3. So, for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. So after 1/2 inning, it's the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs nothing. San Juan Broncos coming to bat. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This is Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Have a non-stop tractor workhorse, just what you need for a non-stop world. Power Star.
UCCU will provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments, through your life's biggest emergencies, in your everyday health, in those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care, because we care, closer to home.
Fix Media, that channel v6.com, ksl.com if you want to go that route. I'd rather use the locals myself, so if you're in a basin, just go where you usually go. So nothing to come into bat for the San Juan Broncos.
Well, and really, I feel like Gunnison missed an opportunity. They get, Colter King on with the walk. Falls behind to Easton Newman 3-0, but battles back and able to get him to fly out to center field. And then King does get a stolen base, but Jake Sorensen not able to drive him in. So missed an opportunity maybe to get that early run and get the lead.
Well, missed opportunity. They gave him the freebie with the walk, but this ends up being a left on base, and see what the San Juan Broncos can do against Easton Newman. Easton comes in with a 3.89 ERA, got a record of 5-4 in 45 innings pitched. 18 base on balls, 55 strikeouts. So.
Yeah, we saw him, he threw 3 innings against Parowan on Tuesday. Did a nice job, kept him under that pitch count to where they could use him again here today.
Yeah, have the full number available today. So he was backed up by Zach Brackett.
Zach
Braxton Pickett.
Number 9.
Zach Brackett did so. Yeah,
he came in
my mind, Zach Brackett was in the mix.
3-2-1.
Yeah. All righty, coming to bat for the San Juan Broncos, Parker Sanders, Snyder, Garrett Young, and Jersey Neves. First pitch, strike 1.
That's a good sign when you throw first pitch strike to start the game.
Snyder hits 409, 1 home run, 21 driven in, swing and a miss. Another fastball for strike 2.
Newman working quick too right now. 2 quick strikes and he's on the mound ready to go.
Pitch. Another one that's lifted to the right-hand side. Parker Sanders calling for it. Got it for the P3. Out number 1. Okay, folks. Every position on the field's got a number. Pitcher 1, catcher 2, first to third, 3, 4, 5, shortstop 6, outfield, left to right, 7, 8, 9. So that P3 is a pop out to the first baseman. Now you know everything we know. First pitch to Garrett Young, curveball, stays inside.
Called it for a strike. Kind of a check swing. I think he said he went around.
Okay, so we'll change it. Garrett comes in, hit 299. Next pitch. There's the fastball in the outside corner.
And this is what Newman's best, is he just gets on the mound and he's just chucking. He's no wasting time in between pitches.
There's one that's right back behind. Stay alive.
Yeah, it'll be interesting too to see if San Juan decides to start calling time and step out, and the coach gives extra signs to slow him down, because Newman looks really good on the mound and in the rhythm.
Yep. A little gamesmanship here, get him out of his comfort zone. That one's up. The ball 1.
Just challenging right there with the high fastball, but left a little bit too high. We talked about that wasted pitch. It's still got to be close enough for a player to offer at it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's lifted towards the left fielder, Jake Sorensen. Jake comes in. Got it. For the F7 for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down so far. That's going to bring Jersey Neves to the plate. Got 360 average, 1 home run, 30 runs driven in.
The pitcher, number 2, Jersey Neves.
We're going to go with Neves. The radio or broadcasting out, not broadcasting out, public announcement calling it Nieves, which I've heard it both ways. So anyway, the first pitch to Mr. Let's go with Nieves. That's where I'm comfortable at. Is the ball. Next pitch is the ball as well. So after going pretty quick with strikes, he's finding himself 2-0 to the number 3 hitter, 3-0.
Yeah, part of that is it's not like he's pitching around him, but he doesn't want to just give him something good. He's really trying to hit the corners and keep the ball down around the knees.
There's a curveball that's lifted in the gap over his Sorensen. Can't get it. Off his glove for the first error of the ball game. Ball was hit in the gap between Kyler Cox and Jake Sorensen. Jake went over and kind of took a funny jump, and ball come off of his glove for the E7.
Well, and he was swinging 3-0 right there. Kind of looked to me too like he got it right off the end part of the bat. Really didn't hit it all that well, but nonetheless he finds himself on first base, and now they're going to bring in a speed up runner for him. That's number 7, and I get his name. Number 7 is
Jayton Knight.
Jayton Knight, yeah.
So the first pitch to Cooper Palmer, batting from the left-hand side, ball 1. Cooper comes in at 364. He's got 2 home runs and 29 driven in.
Yeah, he's one of those leaders in just about every statistical category. That's why he's batting 4. The big first baseman has a chance right here maybe to hit something in a gap and see if he can't get Knight all the way in from first base.
Kind of a long pause there to hold the runner on, but throws the ball. Ball 2.
Yeah, And now Newman's kind of just walking around the mound right there, stretching out. And now Coulter King's going to call timeout and go out there and talk to him and maybe discuss. Maybe they want to switch up their signs and signals here between pitcher catcher.
Yeah, 2-0. I mean, you don't want to serve anything too nice. Maybe discuss what he feels comfortable throwing right here.
Yeah, and these two, both Easton Newman and Coulter King, they've been playing since they were sophomores, the senior leaders of this team, and smart right there for King to go out and talk to Newman, settle him down.
So 2-0, Homer. On its way, nope, sliding up, ball 3. Well, we talked about the transition from pitching in a full windup to pitching from the stretch. First time for Newman. 3-0 on its way. So first baseman balls for Mr. Newman. Going to put runners at first and second. Max Sanders is going to go out and have a talk to his right-hander.
Yeah, and Newman looked really good those first two batters and was just strike, and now he's kind of struggled the last two times, and so Coach Sanders too, and maybe put his arm, sore, and he did throw on Tuesday. We talked about that, but maybe just same time, just saying, hey, settle in, throw strikes. Ian Johnson, this is what he does, where he hits the ball. This is how we're going to attack him as far as what we want to pitch and where we want to locate the pitches.
Remind everybody that we're talking about kids here, high school kids. So big game, big emotion, a lot of emotion, something like this.
Number 11.
They're getting settled down. He came in first, like you said, first two hitters, and bam, but he struggled with his last two. So we got runners at first and second with the 2 outs. First pitch to Ian Johnson. Curveball's going to catch that inside corner for strike one. Ian Johnson comes in at 408, 1 home run, 17 driven in. Good lead out there for Knight. Good pitch on the inside portion for called strike 2.
Yeah, good job of Newman just to battle back, and Coach Sanders going out there talking to his senior and just letting him know, hey, you've done a great job, you've thrown well, who cares? A couple
do not like that up and in either.
An error and a walk, no worries. Come back and let's get Johnson right here, and that's so far that's what Newman's doing.
Doing something off that when he stays upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. First. Just kind of excuse me swing to the second baseman over to first base with the 4-3 put out on the final out of the inning. So for the San Juan Broncos, no runs, no hits, 1 error by the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs, and 2 runners left on base. So after 1 complete inning of play, it's 0-0. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Edge Tire Pros in Nephi is the smart choice for a new set of tires for your pickup, work vehicle, or passenger car. The technicians at Edge Tire Pros provide dependable and trustworthy service on oil changes, brake work, and suspension accessories like lip kits, bed liners, and custom frames. Choose from a wide variety of tires, including Cooper, BF Goodrich, and Michelin, with a nationwide warranty for free flat tire repair, free rotation, and free road hazard. Stop by the shop across the street from Mark's Home Furnishings on Main Street in Nephi. Edge Tire Pros, living on the edge. Elevate every moment off-road with a ride that pulls its weights and then some. Visit GIC Gunnison Implement in Gunnison to see what's possible in a new 2023 Can-Am all-terrain vehicle or side-by-side. These Can-Am vehicles are ready to carry heavier payloads, overcome tougher jobs, or help you explore every inch of the outdoors. They don't hold back, so why should you? Keep the good rides rolling in a new 2023 Can-Am today at GIC Gunnison Implement in Gunnison. You're listening to exciting high school sports action on KSBC.
Billy Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus. 2A state baseball elimination game here. San Juan Broncos, home team, Valley High School. The visitors coming to bat in the top of the second inning will be Parker Sanders, Kyler Cox, and Braxton Pickett. There's Aneva's first pitch. Curveball stays down though.
Yeah, Parker Sanders on Tuesday when we did their game with Parowan, he had a great game at the bat. He had a single, 2 walks, and then that big 2-run homer.
Yep, first homer of the year, hit right at the shortstop, knocks over his glove. The players here haven't played much on the turf. You don't know what that is. The shortstop, Garrett Young, had charged that, and that ball took probably a little hop of dirt that might skip. This one, it came up.
Yeah. So Sanders gets on by the E6 right there, and now Gunnison once again runner at first base with no outs here, and Kyler Cox, we saw him in a double as well on Tuesday with the bat.
Yeah, Kyler comes in hitting 275 with 13 driven in. Parker Sanders at first base. There's the first pitch to Cox. Bat from left side, lays a bunt down. Going to move the runner. Good throw there, though, a little high, but Cooper Palmer did a good job of fielding that ball from Jake Evans for 5-3 put out number 1. But that sacrifice bunt moves the runner to second base.
Yeah, nice job, good execution right there. And now that's going to bring up Braxton Pickett, followed by Gage Topham with a chance to get that run across.
So, Braxton Pickett, 273, 14 driven in. The first pitch from Davis. Curveball. Stays up. Ball 1. Early Gunnison was waving at them. They kind of maybe figured out that he's going to throw a pretty healthy dose of them. They can throw. He's got 2 more walks and he's got strikeouts on the season. So, same result with that next pitch. The curveball stays up. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. The runner at second base here in the top of the second. Next pitch. Fastball stays up for ball 3.
Yeah, right now too, if you're Gunnison, you got to be really selective. It's only, obviously probably taken right here, but even after that, just because it's a hitter's count, you still got to get your pitch.
There's the 3-0. A little lenient there with that one, maybe, but we're offset a little bit.
Yeah, and that's one of those borderline. If 3-0 you're taking, but even on 3-1 you're probably not, unless that's the pitch you're looking for, fastball away to drive it right field.
Fastball, but actually this one's over the top up, leaving things up at 2-2. Pitch, another fastball, that's lifted in the air towards the right-hand side. First baseman Cooper Palmer coming over.
Just kind of hit right off the heel of his glove, and he's tapping his chest like, hey, that's my foul. Should have had that one. Those are the ones that come back to haunt you because you take the sure out away, and then you give Braxton Pickett a chance to maybe realize, hey, I can't pop the ball up. I got to stay on top of the ball and drive something here. Line drive, get a base hit, and score that runner at second base.
Stays up, ball 4. Down in his defense, and not many clouds right directly above us. There's a few over the hills to the east here, but nothing right above, so the high sky make it a little difficult to pick it up. Second base on balls, puts runners at first and second.
Hitter, number 15, Gage Topham.
Out. That's going to bring up Gage Topham. He hit 304, 12 home runs. He's a DH today. First pitch from Davis. Curveball in the dirt. Good stop there by Parker Snyder.
Well, Topham had a good game on Tuesday as well at the plate. He was able to have 2 hits with 2 RBIs in his first 2 at-bats.
Oh, the next pitch. Fastball right there on the corner. Strike 1.
Coach Sanders giving him a little word of encouragement there from third base box, telling him, hey, you're the guy, go get this one.
Fastball lifted back here behind us. Strike 2. Something like that hit the little canvas canopy here over Larry H. Miller Field. Beautiful ballpark, good facility, good place to watch baseball. You're right down on the field if you choose. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Next pitch to Topham.
outside part of the plate for strike 3.
That first strikeout, you got to know
Third
those money.
baseman, number 10, Peyton Sanders.
Curveballs he's been throwing. You got to be set for that one. You can't be guessing. Can't be guessing on that one. So that's going to bring Peyton Sanders hitting 193 with 5 driven in. 2 outs, 2 on. First pitch. Kind of waved the one on the outside portion. Got a piece of it, Old Blue says. The strike 1. So the 0-1. Curveball way outside. That's going to let the runners all move up. Seen kind of pick something up right there that comes off that concrete pretty quick. Ball went all the way to the screen, but come back 2/3 of the way to Parker Schneider, turned around and took 2 steps, and the ball was on him.
Yeah, Peyton Sanders 1 for 4 against Parowan on Tuesday. This is the opportunity. You'd like to get that 1 base hit and score 2 runs.
So a good thing to keep in mind if you're at third base there and the ball gets by. Curveball stays away.
Well, that's one thing these Gunnison hitters have to recognize is pick up the rotation early on that curveball. If it starts out, it's going to stay out. If it starts in, you can't give up on it. You got to be ready to turn on that one and drive it.
Fastball's driven to the left-hand side. And right there, Ian Johnson, the left fielder, makes the catch for the F7 in the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits. There were 2 errors in the inning, and there were 2 runners left on base. After 1.5, it's still 0-0. San Juan Broncos coming to bat on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
For Gunnison Valley in the top half of the 2nd inning, there were no runs, no hits. There was 1 San Juan error.
Coach
2
Labrum,
runners left on base.
he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Internet that will change the way you browse and stream online. With unlimited data and local same-day support, you'll never have to worry about buffering or slow connections again. Upgrade your internet today and enjoy seamless browsing and streaming like never before with Lightburst Broadband by Jetelco. 29 South Main in Gunnison. Visit their website or call 528-7236. That's 528-7236.
Your connection for high school sports. KSBC.
Yeah, welcome back to Larry H. Miller Field. The first pitch to Colin Baker is in. A curveball in there for strike 1. Next pitch on its way. It's away from the catcher. Ball 1.
Again, you see Coulter King's stance there, really getting that right leg stretched out. You used to see Tony Pena do that a lot too, but really trying to just get as low as you can. There's no runner on to worry about, but try to force Newman to really get this ball down.
If I ever did that when I was catching, they'd have to pick me up. 1-1, curveball in there for a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Well, that's one thing, you don't want to leave a pitch up to these San Juan hitters. We talked about the number of runs they've scored this year. They're capable of putting a bunch on.
There's one that's ripped to left field. That's going to get down and past Jake Sorensen. That's going to be at least 2. Sorensen comes up, gets it. Here comes the throw. Nobody cutting it off there. He missed the cutoff man. So, stand-up triple.
That's normally not the triple you see when it's hit right down the left field line, like you say. The shortstop, it's automatic double. You've got to get over and line that one up. And Baker showed the speed that he's got. As he was headed for 3 all the way.
Yeah. Mental error there. It hurt you just as bad as the ones that go down on paper. So that'll bring up Talon Mendoza. Talon hitting 375, 1 home run, 18 driven in with the possible first run right there at third base with nobody out. Fastball stays up. Newman taking his time now. Coulter King's going to have to play backstop here. 1-0. On its way. Curveball. It's just enough of that upper part of the strike zone for called strike one.
San Juan obviously has lots of options right here. More than likely, you're just going to see him try to swing away 3 times, see if they can't get that run across.
Yep, swinging the curveball. We have good stop there by Coulter King. It's the hitter, but that's only the second strike.
Only strike 2. He's just making sure. But infield, pretty much, I would say they're playing in.
Kind of even, yeah, even with the bag. Not at normal depth anyway. 1-2 pitch. The curveball is fouled off to the left-hand side.
Well, the thing that it does by bringing those infielders in right there, playing even with the bags, is on a hard hit ground ball right at you, you have a chance to look at the runner, maybe looking back and then go on, or if he's going on contact, you have a chance of play at home plate.
So the 1-2 pitch. Talon Mendoza's on its way. Stays up, even things up. 2-2. Newman threw 20 pitches in that first inning. 2-2 on its way. Started there outside and stayed out there and down. Control. Be the 7th pitch in the at-bat to Mendoza.
Yeah, Baker's not obviously getting a huge lead. They're kind of not really holding him on, but then they are. I guess they are holding him on at third base, not wanting him to get too far off.
That's lifted towards center field. Right, who's going to get it?
Should score the run.
Kanaka's got a pretty good arm. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. So, the F8, number 1, that gets the RBI for Talon Mendoza. First run of the ball game.
And that ball was hit to right center field. And Cox, like you said, he's got a great arm. He threw a nice one-hopper, but it was just too deep. Mendoza doing his job, hitting the fly ball, scoring the run on the sac fly.
So, got a 1-0 ball game now. That's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, Jake Ivins, hitting 277, 13 driven in. The first pitch bounces to Tyler Cox for ball 1. Next pitch. Stays up. 1-2. 2-0 pitch on its way. Loose as that got the inside portion of the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 1-0 ball game. Favor the San Juan Broncos. Here's the pitch. It's up and in. Ball 3.
Newman, other than those first 2 hitters that he faced, he's fallen behind and just not able to really get the location and spot the fastball where he wants to.
The curveball that's lifted towards the second baseman, Kylan Crouch coming in. Almost it's got it for the P4, out number 2. That curveball there that Ivan just got under.
You know, and so far that's really Newman's best pitch, is he's been able to throw the curveball, and sometimes it's when he tries throwing it too hard that he's not been able to throw it where he wants to with the accurate location, but he's taken a little bit off, and you saw it right there. He took something off and still got it. Jake Ivins.
Number 9 hitter, Brandon Bethea. First pitch from Newman up in the chin area for ball 1. Number 9 hitter ain't too bad when you got a .318 batting average and 16 runs driven in. 1-0. There's that curveball. Strike 1.
Yeah, you know, you might see Newman starting, first pitch curveball, because his fastball, once again, he goes ball 1, but comes back with the strike with the curveball.
There's a strike low again in the dirt. It's stopped there by Cox for ball 2. He's kind of taking a little trip around the mound there, talking to himself. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball hit towards the third baseman. Peyton Sanders picked it up in foul territory before that has a chance to hit maybe the edge of that turf and jump back in. That leaving things at 2-2. The scoreboard calls it 3-1, but I saw him call that
2-2.
one on the strike. So
yeah, he's just putting up his hands too, clarifying it is 2-2.
Big pitch, fouled off. Stay alive. Of course, I've been wrong before, but. Next pitch. Swing and miss. I agree.
Yeah, got him curveball again, and that's right now Newman's best pitch. He needs to really focus on that and play on that. But the thing he can do too is in between innings when he goes out there and warms up is really maybe focus on that fastball, that pitch he's struggling with. He does a nice job, come back and get his first strikeout.
Okay, so the San Juan Broncos come up with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, there were no runners left on base. And at the end of 2 complete, it's 1-0. The San Juan Broncos will be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and channelb6.com.
Gunnison Valley Animal Clinic in Gunnison and Doctors Tyler Sorensen, Alika Fisher, and Caitlin Beckstead are your best friends when it comes to your furry friends and livestock of all types. The Gunnison Valley Animal Clinic treats all animal types large and small and provides both feline and canine boarding for quality, reliable, affordable veterinary care in a brand new facility. Call the Gunnison Valley Animal Clinic, 435-528-7900. Write her down. That's 528-7900.
Lazy D Pawn in Centerfield is the premier auction house in central Utah with monthly auctions during the fall, winter, and spring. You can consign your items to be sold at auction, or when you're looking to add to your collections or you just need some tools, maybe a new-to-you gun, or even an ATV, you can see what will be up for auction monthly at the shop on Main Street in Centerfield, at the Lazy D Auctions Facebook page, or at LazyDAuctions.com. And be sure to let Lazy D Pawn help you with your estate auctions. Lazy D Pawn in Centerfield, the go-to source for your auction needs.
When you think of agriculture, think of Hermanson's Mill in Gunnison. They are the agriculture leader in South Central Utah with everything you need from planting to harvest. Hermanson's Mill carries a full line of seed, including small grains, alfalfa, corn, grasses, and cover crops. They have dry and liquid fertilizer to help your crops reach their optimal yield potential. Add this to stock vaccines, pet supplies, and protein, and range products. Hermanson's Mill has been serving the agricultural needs of South Central Utah for over 100 years. That's Hermanson's Mill at 200 South, 100 East in Gunnison. Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports. KSBC.
Billy Akers, Nolan Anderson back at Larry H. Miller Field, 2A state baseball. First pitch to Zach Brackett, lifted to the right fielder for the first out.
Number 1, Coulter King.
Hit it well, just right at him.
Yeah. So that brings up Coulter King. On base on ball, stole the base last inning, stranded there at second base. Coulter's first pitch swinging, fouls that and off, straight back behind us here.
Yeah, both these two hitters, Brackett, King's first pitch swinging. Brackett, we saw him fly out to right field, and King fouls that one back over, but they're trying to jump on the fastball early.
So the 0-1. Touches the corner.
Yeah, there's a curveball, and obviously we've seen lots of curveballs thrown so far in this game. But Gunnison, for the most part, laying off it, looking to hit the fastball.
2. You have to hit the curveball. That calls strike 3.
That froze him on the inside part. That's the one good thing that I've noticed that Jersey does out there is he likes to throw the ball inside and outside. And like I said earlier, if it's outside, for the most part, it's going to stay outside. You can lay off that one. But when he starts it at you or on that inside part of the plate, you cannot give up, and it buckled his knees
This is
right
the
there.
third time around. You've been looking at it. You got to be ready for that. You got to be expecting it. You can't be welded in your cleats there. So that's going to bring up Easton Newman. Easton flew out to the center fielder his first time.
You saw it right there on that pitch. It's outside, it stays outside.
Yeah.
The one you got to be ready for is that one on that inside part, or where even when it starts it at you.
Do not give up on that inside. Starts up. Yeah. That was more up in the eyes. I was kind of surprised that Newman, he likes that ball up there. 1 ball, 2 strike, or 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. That ball stays up. Ball 2.
Yeah, Newman, there's lots of room here too. Outfield pretty much playing halfway, between the wall and the infield, but it's pretty much straight up. If you could get something down the line or in the gap, there's potential for a triple.
Yep, the next pitch foul back. Even count at 2-2. Pitch.
That's the one that yeah, that's the curveball. That's the pitch right there that these Gunnison hitters have struggled with. But Newman just turned the shoulder in. He waited for it, let it break, and then fouls it straight back. But he didn't give up on it, and that's what you've got to do. Good piece of hitting right there with 2 strikes.
So he's got to do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Curveball. Jake jumps on top of that one. I think that one's going to get down in front of the left fielder. Ian Johnson gets it in quick for the base hit.
Yeah, Newman once again got the exact same pitch, and he did just that. He turned the shoulder, let it break, and then drove that one into left field. A really hard turn from him. He was looking to maybe consider going 2, but like you said, Ian Johnson got the ball in quickly there to the shortstop, Garrett Young, and Newman ends up at first base with a single.
So that's going to bring up Jake Sorensen. Davis in the stretch. Jake ran it out to shortstop his first time up. First pitch, and has to go back towards Easton Newman, but Easton gets back.
Well, and Easton's one of those runners that San Juan's going to keep track of because he's got excellent speed, and they don't want to give him a chance to get down to second base with 2 outs.
Curveball stays up. Ball 1. It just works the advantage of Mr. Sorensen there. Have your pitchers time split between you and what's going on there at first base.
Yeah, for sure. And Jake Sorensen's got the power to be able to drive something in a gap right here and score Newman from first base too.
Yeah, the pitch to hit just got under it a little bit. So 1-1, 2 outs, 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning here. Larry H. Miller Field at BYU. Another throw across the diamond, checking on.
Yeah, and that one was up the line towards the catcher, and the first baseman, Cooper Palmer, did a nice job just coming off the bag completely, making sure he makes the catch.
There's the pitch. Next, that's up way upstairs. Ball 2.
And you might see Newman get a little bit bigger lead right now, but so far, he's just got that basic lead, and then not even a real big secondary lead either, just staying fairly close.
Ball, it's lifted weakly to the right-hand side. First baseman makes a valiant effort. I can't tell. Nope, didn't get it.
Yeah, Palmer laid out right there, right at the end of the Gunnison dugout. He kind of in that warning track area, but just out of his reach.
Pretty big kid. I wonder if he made a dent in the turf over there. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first base. That's Easton Newman. Jake Sorensen at bat. Here's the pitch. There goes. That lifted high and deep left field, but it's going to go foul.
Yeah, bounced right off the bullpen wall down there, and the left fielder, Ian Johnson, caught it off the bounce, but that doesn't count.
No.
Maybe in the gym it might if you're playing little wiffle ball, but
all in Gunnison, if it had stayed fair, would have been out 315 feet out there. That hit probably about 320 feet there. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sorensen at bat. Davis pitch. And miss. Strike 3.
That one just brought a little extra heat on the fastball and throws that one past Sorensen. Once again, Gunnison leaves a runner stranded at this time it was Newman on first base.
So no runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. So at the end of 2.5. It is San Juan Broncos 1, the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs nothing. You're on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
Drive for a winning team. DP Curtis Trucking works hard to move America and get their drivers home on the weekend. DP Curtis hires reliable drivers with competitive starting pay and raises after 90 days. Employment options include insurance, 401k, paid vacation, and attainable bonuses, and more. Why would you drive for anyone else? Call DP Curtis Trucking for details, 435-893-2900. That's 435-893-2900, or click on dpcurtis.com.
This is Brenda Bartholomew, CEO of Gunnison Valley Hospital. This past year, we celebrated our 90th year. It was a great experience for us to reflect on our rich history. I'm grateful to work shoulder to shoulder with remarkable people. Every day, doctors, nurses, technicians, support staff, and administration come to serve, provide care, and support our organization. Their skill and dedication to patients and to each other continue to amaze me. I could not be prouder, and I'm humbled by the incredible staff. I would like to express thanks to our communities for supporting us as we look forward to the next 90 years.
You're listening to Utah Sports Leader, KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field on the BYU campus 2A state baseball elimination game here between the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs and the San Juan Broncos, along with our partners here at B6 Media, channelb6.com, or you can go to ksl.com and search for it there. I'll bet you it's going to be easier to find at Channel B6. So we got Easton Newman still on the mound. First pitch, going to get Parker Snyder right in the middle of the back. So the first hit by pitch. It'll be a freebie there. Last freebie.
Well, that's not what you want to do. Is hit the leadoff batter Parker Snyder to start the inning off, and then you got to face 2, 3, 4 with the leadoff runner on base.
Yeah. So Garrett Young, Jersey Nieves, and Cooper Palmer. So the first pitch to Garrett Young flew out the left fielder. On its way. Looked like kind of working him hands up the bat, maybe put a bunt down. Takes it for ball one. Next pitch on its way, curveball. That one's laid down, but it's going to get foul.
Yeah, and the reason that one's foul is because Garrett Young, not only is he trying to bunt it, but he was trying to bunt it for a base hit. It wasn't just a straight-up sacrifice bunt. He's trying to push that one. Third base is still playing back for Gunnison. Now they're probably going to have him come in a little bit because still the potential of him bunting down that third baseline and getting safe is still there.
Yeah, he's coming right there to the edge of the grass right now. So the 1-1. Garrett Young. So that's why he squares early. Runner goes, throws high. Stolen base for Parker Snyder.
Yeah, just that time he squared like you said, but it was more of a fake bunt. Straight up still all the way. And now you got options. If you're Coach Nelson for San Juan, you can still choose to bunt with Young here, just let him swing away. But now you got Snyder at second base with no outs.
Good chance here to bunt for a base hit and make that pitcher field the ball. Third baseman's going to be staying home. No, behind who? Get to that one. How'd that not hit him?
He
turned around and stepped, and that went right between his legs, and Coulter King picked it up.
He must be a clogger or some sort of tap dancer because he was able to juggle his feet and avoid getting hit on that pitch.
Rap music is what he's been doing. Here we go. Yep.
Yeah, full count now to Young.
Well, I missed a pitch here somewhere, so I can catch up. Full count pitch. Here's Garrett Young. That's driven towards the right-hand side, right there at Braxton Pickett. He had it played perfectly.
Yeah, you couldn't have been positioned any better. That was a nice, sharp hit line drive into right field, but right at Braxton Pickett for the first out.
So the L9 brings gets us out number one. Jersey Nevis coming to bat. Got on an error by the left fielder Jake Sorensen his first time up. Comes in, hit 360, 1 home run, 30 runs driven in.
And we saw him get on, like you said, on an error. Kind of hit that one out there in between left and center. In fact,
Kyler Cox.
Yeah, well, Cox and then even Brackett playing up the middle. Now he moves over to work shortstop a little bit, but they're really playing him up the middle and Cox shading him to that left side.
They're going to pinch him in that left side there.
Part of that, you got the runner at second base, but both Crouch and Brackett playing the middle.
Even a big hole if he gets something outside. He can handle the bat a little bit. Now that one's lifted to. Nobody can get to it. And then they kick it around. Now there goes the runner. There goes the throw from Brackett. Braxton Pickett.
Yeah, and that was because, Cox is shaded more to that left field than even center field. If he's playing straight up, he probably has room to make the catch, but you got Pickett playing closer to the right field line. And then Cox was playing more on the left side there and just loops it in there for a base hit.
So the second hit in the ball game, tweener. And Coulter King out to talk to Easton Newman. See what they're going to do here. Looks like we're going to runner. That same one, number 7, Knight.
Yep.
Jayton Knight again.
Jayton Knight to speed up
runner.
Yep,
speed up runner for Jersey Nevis. King's on his way back to the mound. So we've got one out. Got 2 runners on. Those are San Juan Broncos. They've got a one-run lead right now. Looking to add to that. With the number 4 hitter, Cooper Palmer. He drives one to the left-hand side. I think that's going to go foul. But
yeah, that's down in the Gunnison bullpen right there as he turned on that pitch. Gunnison even with the backs on the infield, runners at second and third here.
One-run lead, your number 4 hitter up there, just one out. Take a chance, maybe if you drive in that second run, give him one whack, see what Coach Nielsen decides to do here. Leave the bat in his hand. He's up and away, ball 1.
And Braxton Pickett playing, a little bit deeper than what he was here with Palmer up to bat.
So the 1-1 on its way. Fastball just threw it by him.
Yeah, he did. I think Palmer's head come out there a little bit as he was looking to turn on that one and swung right over the top of it.
Palmer's got 2 home runs on the season. 29 driven in. Here's the next pitch. That one's driven. That's going to score 2. That's in the hole. Cox has got to go pick it up. Gets back in. So the single scores 2 for Mr. Palmer.
And that pitch was just up right where he could drive it over the second baseman. And Coach Sanders is going to come out, maybe make a pitching change here. Yeah, looks like he's going to call in Pickett out of right field and make a change.
Okay, well, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Ian Johnson with one runner on. It's Cooper Palmer at first base. First pitch. Johnson squares to bunt, fouls it off.
Yeah, once again, it wasn't a sac bunt. He's looking to get a base hit out of the bunt, take advantage of, having to hold the runner at first base, second playing deep, and even third base playing a little bit towards shortstop. And right now, Gunnison needs to find an out.
That one stays up. Team things up a 1-1. Pickett comes in with a 2.10 ERA. A 2-1 record, 30 innings pitched, 21 base on balls, 53 strikeouts. For Palmer at first base, 1 out, 2 runs across in the inning. Here's the next pitch. Fastball right there.
And that's one thing you're going to see out of Braxton Pickett is a lot more fastballs, not as many curveballs. But, holding the runner there at first base, if they can get a hard hit ground ball, they got a chance to turn too.
Swing and a miss. Stays in glove, got a little piece of it, but it stayed in glove there, so that's the first strikeout of the game for Braxton Pickett. Second for the Gunnison pitching staff.
Yeah, and he just challenged him on the fastball up and got him to chase.
So 2 outs. Brings up Colin Baker. Throw across. Ooh. Close. And no potatoes. Colin Baker had that triple that fell out there down the left field line. And missed the cutoff. First pitch fouled off to the right-hand side here for strike 1.
And right now, with 2 outs, you can take a little bit deeper approach on the infield. Different than what Gunnison's used to. Their grass was thick, and it really knocked the ball down, slowed it down, but it's going to be played a lot faster here on the turf today.
Curveball that stays inside. So Braxton Pickett's 1-1 to Colin Baker. Pitch. Fastball right there.
Yeah, Pickett looks really good and comfortable out there on the mound. Got good command of the fastball and just locating it well.
Well, it's do or die. You can't leave anybody sitting on the bench there today on your pitching staff. So here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Foul right back over our heads here.
And it's tough. It's not, you can go out there and throw 7 innings, in a day, but it's tough when you throw 3 innings, you have 1 day rest, and then come back. It's maybe something typically that Newman's not used to, but he threw well. He just gave up a couple key hits at big moments for San Juan, and unfortunately for Gunnison, they found themselves behind 3-0.
That's unfortunately losing where they had the count to hit by pitch.
Well, that's how this inning started. If you remember, Parker Snyder, the leadoff hitter, hit by pitch right there, and then later comes around to score.
So that'll bring up Talon Mendoza, 375, 1 home run, 18 runs driven in with 2 runners on, 2 outs. Facing Braxton Pickett, first pitch. Got it, just fouled it off to the right-hand side. Guessing one of them 2 ball games out there in Blanding, they probably saw Braxton Pickett as well. They know what to expect. That next pitch stays up, ball 1. 3-0 ball game here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Larry H. Miller Field of the BYU campus, 2A state baseball. One of these teams are going to go home after this game. 1-1 from Pickett. Mendoza stays up.
Yeah, early on he was really throwing downhill and getting the ball down there, and then he was able to come up with the fastball once he had 2 strikes to challenge the hitter, see if he can get him to chase. Right now he's just missing up with the fastball.
Just misses the corner. Well, we can't blame it on the stretch because he pitches from the stretch. So.
No, I think what it is he's trying to overthrow right now, just put a little extra on it, and just not able to pinpoint where he wants the ball to go.
So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Pickett steps off. Collect his thoughts here. Take a deep breath. 3-1's on its way. 277 with 13 driven in. It's the first pitch upstairs for ball one. It's kind of like I said, all of a sudden just kind of lost control of the strike zone here. There's one that's fouled back. Even things up.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need is a little help from one of the hitters. Decides to get maybe not as patient as they should be, gets antsy up there and wants to swing away and get a foul ball strike.
So 1-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch.
And right now it's not like he's missing flow. So those are way up out of the zone, and he just needs to maybe take a little bit off.
Second one as well. Missed the cutoff man again, going to allow another runner to third base.
The ball was smoked into right field. Just took the outside fastball, drove it hard into right field, and two runners come across. And the runner from first going to second is able to go, like you said, miss the cutoff into third base, and San Juan first and third with the 5-0 lead.
5-0 run. 4 runs, 2 errors. Gunnison. That's going to bring up number 9 hitter, Brenton Bethea. Struck out his first time up. First pitch right there on the corner, strike one.
Well, we talked about it. San Juan's second behind South Severe in runs scored this year. They like to put up the runs, and Gunnison needs to get an out and get something going offensively, get back in this game.
So the pitch stays outside for ball one. King came up out, expecting Ivans to take off for second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That was hit to the right-hand side, going to go foul.
Down, completely out, just out past the Gunnison bullpen right there.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. 9th hitter to come to the plate for the San Juan Broncos.
Yeah, it was Parker Snyder, the leadoff hitter, that started this, and he's on deck.
Runner goes, they throw through. He steers the base. Pitch, I think, was up for a ball.
Yeah, it was. It was up out of the zone. A good pitch to have if you're Coulter King to have a chance, but not able to get the runner going as he makes a high throw. But the runner from third does not score, so runners at second and third.
2-2 pitch right there. Called strike 3.
They got Bethea looking.
So, for the San Juan Broncos in the bottom of the 3rd inning, they come up with 4 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. At the end of 3 complete, it's San Juan Broncos 5, Gunnison Valley Bulldogs nothing. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
At V6 Media, we specialize in helping businesses tell their stories with powerful and engaging video. But telling your story is just the starting point. Telling it to the right people in the right place is how you make it count. Our team can help. By delivering your ad in places like Google, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, we'll make sure that your business is being seen. Your business has a story to tell. Let us help. V6 Media.
to bring Parker Sanders, Kyler Cox, and Braxton Pickett to the plate. Jersey Nieves is still on the mound for the San Juan Broncos. Just giving up the one hit.
Yeah, one hit, and then when you have a 5-run lead, it seems to help those pitchers extend their innings and the pitch count.
Third ball, catch corner for strike one. Yep, kind of perch you up. 5-run lead could do that for you. The 0-1, Parker Sanders. Oh, almost let that bat up, got hit, but watch Parker Sanders hit still his first home run of the season on Tuesday in Gunnison. 1 down, ball 2.
You know, and Jersey doesn't look as comfortable out there when he tries to throw the fastball. He tries to overthrow and hasn't thrown for a strike really so far in this at-bat, but his curveball still really effective.
There it is. It stays up this time. Brings count 3-1.
That's the thing, these Gunnison hitters, you're already down 5-0 now. You've got to be super patient at the plate and not help him out up there on the mound.
Fastball misses. Base on balls. The third base on balls given up by Nieves. With the 2 strikeouts, that's about his normals. Can bring up Kyler Cox, rounded out to the third baseman. That was that sacrifice bunt. Sorry about that. So nobody out. Parker Sanders at first base. Kyler Cox at the plate. First pitch. Swing and miss. Got a little piece of it, said.
Yeah, and he did, but that's the one thing you have to realize, even though that's probably a strike, you just got done walking someone, you're trailing 5-0, you need to see a few more pitches.
Ball going to catch the corner. It's got an update from Robert Lovell over at Kearns Field at the end of 5. Union 5, Ogden 2 in 3A baseball. The 0-2 pitch. Just kind of slapped that. I had it 1-1. Scoreboard shows 0-2.
Yeah, and I think it was 1-1, but the swing maybe shows that it was an 0-2 swing because that was a ball that was up out of the zone. Like you said, he just kind of waved at it and fouls that one straight back.
I'm going to go with 1-2. It shows strike 3 on the scoreboard now. That one gets way over the head of catcher Snyder. And Sanders ends up down at second base. So even things up at 2-2. Nobody out. We are in the top of the 4th inning. 5-0 ball game in favor of the San Juan Broncos. Kyler Cox got a 2-2 count against Nieves. Here's the pitch. Third ball. Back towards the center fielder, Colin Baker. He's there. Out number 1, Sanders. Whoa. Not sure what happened there.
Fly ball where it was deep enough, probably could have tagged there at first base, or second base, excuse me, Parker Sanders, but I think Coach Sanders just said, hey, stay there, we're down 5 runs, let's not take a chance of getting thrown out at third base.
I think they're going to take the ball from Nieves, try to keep him under the 65 pitch count, and have him again on the weekend. I had him at 52 coming in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
like
9, 10, 11.
Right fielder.
12, so that makes 64, so just at.
So they're going to bring in Bilboa, who was in right field. They'll go to the bench, and then it looks like bringing in Jake Ivins.
While we're trying to figure this all out, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group. If building dreams is how you make your living, demand the performance of New Holland construction equipment from Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora. Choose from skid skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, loader backhoes, compact excavators, and more. Built-in visibility, stability, and comfort allow you to work with a higher level of confidence, speed, and efficiency. Learn more about the performance of new Holland construction equipment. Stop by Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today.
Dr. Richard Yardley grew up on a cattle ranch and learned the values of hard work and simple truths, like fences don't repair themselves. The same is also true with our vision. Mountain View Vision Center, located in Richfield, has the solution for your optometry needs. From a youngster's first glasses, pre- and post-operative LASIK consultation, or treating cataracts, Mountain View Vision Center is a clear choice. Dr. Yardley trained at the Moran Eye Center and served as the president of Utah's Optometric Association. Mountain View Vision is a winning team, proud to sponsor our local high school athletes.
Your source for high school sports, KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field, BYU campus. The pitching change. We know who the pitcher is, Jake Ivins, but we believe Ian Johnson went from right or left to right, and Jersey Nieves went to left field. So we'll verify that at the end of the inning. But the new pitcher is Jake Ivins.
Yeah, Gunnison, we saw them Tuesday. They're capable of having a big inning and put up 5 runs in an inning and tie this thing up.
So the first pitch up and in to Braxton Pickett. Pickett comes in, hit 273, 14 runs driven in, grounded out to the, no, we had a base on balls. Stranded at second, isn't it, the first time up. Next pitch outside, ball 2.
Yeah, and that's the key right now. San Juan just made a pitching change, so if you're Gunnison, you still got to be patient. You want that pitcher to work out there and make him bring you your pitch.
You got the numbers on Ivins? You get a chance? They say catch the corner.
Yeah, caught the corner of fastball right there from Ivins.
Ball 1 strike. Braxton Pickett. Parker Sanders at second base. Curveball, that's ripped towards the left-hand side. And Davis
that's
makes
fair.
a chest, and it's a fair ball, and he didn't get it. They're going to bring Sanders, and they're going to hold Pickett at second base.
Yeah, they got the Gunnison crowd and dugouts and life as they hit that double down the line. Pickett does and scores Sanders. And Sanders, that was good base running because if he dives and makes a catch there, you don't get anywhere. So he was kind of halfway, had to read that as soon as it hit, then he took off. But big hit gets Gunnison on the board.
A great effort by what we think is where Nieves went to out there in left field. So that tightens things up just a bit, 5-1. Still got a runner at second base, and that's going to bring up the DH, Gage Topham. Came in hitting 304 with 12 runs driven in. Struck out looking on a curveball from Nieves. Now he's going to face Jake Ivins. First pitch, curveball. He's going to get over the head of the jump and dive second baseman. They're going to bring Pickett around.
Yep, nice base hit right there. Back-to-back RBIs for both Pickett and Topham, and it's 5-2 now.
Good piece of hitting there by Gage Topham. Just took that pitch that was up and out and went that way with it. Hey, good running by Pickett because he had to go back, make sure, stop, and then turn around again and hit it to second base. So it looks like we got.
And you see the difference too with these two pitchers. We're seeing a lot more fastballs out of Jake Ivins than what we saw out of Jersey Nieves.
So they're going to pull Topham. I'm sure they'll put him back in. But right now, the base runner, the change is Talon Zufelt. He did that on Tuesday.
That's right. But Gunnison, they like to hit the fastball, and you're seeing them right now. They're getting the fastball pitcher, and they're being selective, and you see the double from Pickett that scores a run, and then you see Topham with the single and score another run, and that's how quickly you can get right back in the game from trailing 5-0, and you get a pitching change, and then things start to go your way.
Yeah, it's a guessing game with the pitching counts. So.
Well, and Jake Ivins, he is their third leading pitcher. Ian Johnson, probably their second pitcher, but Ivins has a 5.1 ERA.
So the first pitch to Peyton Sanders. Downstairs for ball 1. So Zufelt at first base, nobody out. 5-2 ball game. Fastball ball up in the end. I think Peyton Sanders was taken all the way on that one.
Yeah, got the inside part of the plate for a strike, but at the same time, Ivins took a lot off that pitch as didn't have near the velocity.
Curveball, little wrinkle there, but way outside.
Yeah, 2-1. Still favoring Sanders. The count favors him right here to be patient, get his pitch.
I fouled that one right back toward us here to even things up. 2-2. I want to thank our partners here at V6 Media, channelv6.com, providing the video for our 2A state baseball here at Larry H. Miller Field. Next pitch, down and away, ball 3. V6 Media out there in the Uinta Basin. You want to cool down? Just take a trip out to the Uinta Basin. They'll chill you out there. Full count now. Pitch on the way, that ain't even close. Base on balls, that's going to move Talon Zufeld to second.
Well, Gunnison has to be happy right now. They've picked up 2 runs already. Have runners at first and second with 1 out, and you're right back at the top of the order. Zach Brackett, he has flown out to left field and flown out to right field. Needs to try to get on top of a ball and hit something on the ground hard or in a line.
Yeah, because we've watched him.
Yeah.
Tuesday and today, he's been getting under a lot of stuff. So
big field too. We're probably not going to see a lot of home
Yep.
runs. You need to get on top of the ball and, like I say, hit it hard on the ground or line drive somewhere. See if you can't just even trade places with one of these guys at either first or second base.
Yeah.
You need a
hard
real
ground
big
ball
hit.
is going to pick up speed on this infield. So let's get us back to the top of the order. Zach Brackett. First pitch from Ivins, called strike 1. Brackett steps out, has another look at Coach Sanders. Back in, everybody's reloaded. Here we go. The 0-1. Curveball, that's hit right up in there. That's going to get in there. That's going to score 1. Yep. Center fielder overruns the ball. So
that was a difference right there. Is a nice line drive that time. Brackett did stay on top of the ball. Hits that one into right center field, and like you said, the right field or the center fielder kind of bobbles that one and allows both runners to move up another base. And now Coach Jens Nilsson's going to, I think, bring back in Jersey Nieves to go to the mound.
So let's see, we got third base there. We got second base.
Yeah, Brant Bethea is going to go back into left field.
Okay, well, we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Rocky Mountain Turf Farm prides themselves on being family-owned and operated for 45 years. They offer locally grown Kentucky bluegrass with multiple varieties available, WaterStar certified options included. Sod is cut and delivered daily with install options available from residential to commercial. They even guarantee their grass sod to be disease-free, weed-free, alive, and growing. For more info and to see different options available, visit RockyMTNTurf.com. That's RockyMTNTurf.com.
Okay, we're back, and they bring back Jersey Nieves. He throws strike 1 to Coulter King. Coulter just drives one just past the diving third baseman into the left field corner. That's going to tie the ball game up. He's on his way to second. With a stand-up double.
He learned from his last time where he got called out on the strike 3 on that curveball on the inside part of the plate. He stayed in that time. He took that exact same pitch that he got called out on in his last at-bat, and he drives it down the third baseline, picks up 2 RBIs.
So 5 runs on 4 hits in this inning so far. And that ties the ball game. Mr. Davis got to come back in and try and pick up where he left off. He left off with a 5-0 lead. That brings up Easton Newman. Nobody down. That one's down to Newman. No outs in the inning. Well, they show one out. Oh, yeah, the F8. Yep. There it is. Missed it. Sorry about that. So the 1-0 pitch to Easton Newman flew out and had a single. Curveball. And a catch to corner.
Well, until this inning, Newman was the only one with the hit for Gunnison. He got a base hit his last time up and has a chance right here to give Gunnison the lead with another base hit.
Here's the pitch. Curveball stays out. Ball one. See what kind of an athlete Mr. Nieves is after having to do that, come back in and pick things up like that. Kind of tough to do.
Yeah, it is.
1-1. Ooh.
I think he got away with a balk right there too, as he comes set and pretty much didn't pause and went straight through, but wasn't called, and the strike to Newman.
That's what I was oohing at.
Yeah.
He got away with one there. Now that's when he's going to hit foul towards the third baseman. Coach Max Sanders picks that one up. So Easton stays alive.
And Newman's going to have to watch that. You know, if the umpires aren't going to call that, he can slip a fastball past you if he doesn't come set.
Curveball, swing and miss.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch. Really good looking curveball from Nieves to get the second out.
So I'm going to go back over here and keep track of that back in his column.
Yeah.
That's his third strikeout. The other two were looking to go with 3 walks. Got timeout called. Ninth hitter in the at-bat, or in the inning, Jake Sorensen. Grounded out to shortstop and struck out. Came in hitting 377, 3 home runs, 32 driven in. 5-5 ball game. First pitch. Oh, that gets him on top of the helmet.
Yeah, and I think the umpires at first was kind of shaking his head. Maybe the umpire or the catcher was saying he leaned into it, and he's still kind of shaking his head, talking to the catcher, saying
he can duck.
Yeah, he can duck. He just put his head down, and it took it. Jake Sorensen takes that one right off the helmet.
The ball was up near his helmet anyway. So the 10th hitter in the inning here, that's going to be Parker Sanders. Scored the first run of the ball game, called strike one to Parker.
Yeah, he started this inning with the base on balls and has a chance right here to give his team the lead.
So that's the ball.
Well, it's interesting to see how fast the momentum and the shift that can happen in high school sports is, like you said, 5-0 going out there. Now it's a 5-5, and all the momentum shifted towards Gunnison.
So the 0-2 pitch upstairs for strike one. Up in the top part of the strike zone. Got 2 outs now. 5 runs across the inning to tie things up for Gunnison. That one's way outside.
Yeah, almost if you're these Gunnison hitters, you have to almost expect to hit the curveball, because right now that's really the only pitch that he's been throwing for a strike.
So Jersey Nieves had to come back in, try and put fire out here. Curveball.
Got him on the inside part again, frozen. That's the kind of the strikeout pitch. When he gets 2 strikes, he likes to throw that curveball on the inside part of the plate. And too many times the Gunnison hitters have give up on that pitch.
So we'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Elevate every moment off-road with a ride that pulls its weight, and then some. Visit GIC, Gunnison Implement in Gunnison, to see what's possible in a new 2023 Can-Am all-terrain vehicle or side-by-side. These Can-Am vehicles are ready to carry heavier payloads, overcome tougher jobs, or help you explore every inch of the outdoors. They don't hold back, so why should you? Keep the good rides rolling in a new 2023 Can-Am today at GIC, Gunnison Implements in Gunnison.
Gunnison Market has always been your hometown grocer. That's why people make the drive from all over just to shop at Gunnison Market. The meat department carries certified Angus beef, the highest quality in the U.S., cut fresh daily. The deli features fresh, delicious items like boneless, skinless, golden plump chicken breast, filleted and tenderized daily. The bakery offers custom cakes, cookies, rolls, and donuts baked fresh every day. For good old-fashioned friendly service, come see the difference in every department at Gunnison Market in Gunnison.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Your source for high school sports. KSBC.
Okay, Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field. I forgot to recap the scoring. It was 5 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors. There was 1 error in the inning. And they left 2 on base. So at the end of, 3.5, it's 5-5. San Juan coming to bat. First pitch to the number 1 hitter.
Yeah, Parker Snyder looks like he's going to fly out to center field. Really nice job from Cox going back into kind of left center field area, but making the catch.
Yep. Got under 1 there from Braxton Pickett, who came on last inning. That brings up Garrett Young. Flew out and lined out. Once to left, once to right. Comes in hitting .299, 2 home runs, 30 driven in. Takes first pitch outside for ball 1. So we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-5 ball game. Next pitch from Pickett. Stays away again. Tried that curveball that time.
Yeah, Young was flown out twice, but Pickett, this is, I think, first time seeing Pickett.
That's going to be trouble. Oh, off. Brackett made a try. I thought right off the bat that was going to get in there. I'm going to go ahead and give him the base hit anyway. He had made a tremendous play to get that one.
You're nicer than me then. I think that's a ball that he should have caught. That was in his glove and bounced out.
Well,
but it was a tough play, but he got there, and that's a play that Brackett's going to make 9 times out of 10.
Well, I'm not the disagreeable type normally, so we'll go with the error. 3rd error in the ball game for the Gunnison Valley Bulldogs.
Well, now they try to pick him off first base, and that ball is going to get away from Sanders, and he's going to get clear to 3rd base on that pickoff attempt. Ball come right off of Sanders' glove and went into kind of ricocheted into right field, and now San Juan has a chance to get back in the lead as they go first to 3rd on the.
An E1, you're telling me.
Yeah.
2nd error in the inning. So here comes the first pitch now to Nieves. Right there, strike 1. So with the runner on 3rd base, looking to go ahead again. Nieves, who had to come in and put the fire out last inning, takes the next pitch up for ball 1. Even things up a 1-1. Do have the 1 out. Pickett in the dirt, but not far enough away on the swing and the miss for Garrett Young to try to romp home.
Well, yeah, we talked about it, Willie, but any pass ball, you're probably going to be able to score from 3rd base. So Coulter King's got to do a nice job to keep everything in front of him there on plate.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pickett to Nieves. Runner at 3rd base. Got a little piece of that one to stay alive. Coulter King was asking the umpire if he did in fact get that. I don't think he believed he did, but something happened to kick it off the right
right now
inside.
Pickett and Gunnison wants a plate out. They need a strikeout.
Another one fouled back.
Yeah, just shorten up the swing. Just put that one in, put that on it. Just fouling it off anything you can right here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is be the 6th pitch in the at bat. It counts 1 and 2. Fouled off 2 as well. Here's the pitch. Curveball, it's right at the shortstop. They're going to come home.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Brackett, but the throw was a little bit up the line, and King did a good job to get it. And then it was Garrett Young kind of did a dance around home plate and come in for trying to get in from the backside, but King able to get the tag on him for out number 2.
So heads up baseball all the way around. Shortstop, catcher, Colter King, Zach Brackett. 2 outs.
When you're playing the percentages right there, too, it's a lot of times you bring in the infield and it maybe works against you. It creates a bigger hole for a ball to get through the infield, but at the same time, you're playing the percentages, taking the chance.
On the dirt field, that probably you ain't going to be able to make that play.
That's true. Well,
good heads-up ball by Brackett,
At Gunnison, you're probably not going to make the ball doesn't get to Brackett as quick.
That's hit right at second baseman Crouch over to the first baseman. For out number 3 on the 4-3 put out. That'll end the inning, so no runs, no hits. There were the 2 errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. So the end of 4 complete, 5-5. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments. Through your life's biggest emergencies. In your everyday health. In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than...
See it.
Yeah, just a sharp single line shot right up the middle for base hit, and it's exactly what Coach Sanders wanted to see here starting this inning. And now Braxton Pickett coming up, who had the big double that scored the first run in his last at bat, has a chance to help himself out as he's now the pitcher.
Yep, this will be the 3rd look for the bottom part of the order to Mr. Nieves too. So Braxton Pickett. With Kyler Cox on first base, good speed on Cox, but first pitch down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, Pickett, a good hitter, doubt you'll see Coach Sanders, give a sack bunt call here and try to move the runner and going to let Braxton Pickett swing the bat.
Not much of a lead. That was lifted towards center field. Oh, shortstop couldn't get out there and get it. One of them tweeners.
Yeah, that's going to be a base hit for Pickett as he pops that one. Looks like it's going to be trouble for the left fielder, shortstop, and center fielder, and it lands right in between the shortstop and center fielder.
I don't think the center fielder, Colin Baker, ever said it. He took his hat off, and he didn't. I don't think he saw it, and Garrett Young made a valiant effort, but just couldn't get all the way out there.
And really good base running from Kyler Cox as he gets halfway, realizes it's going to hit the ground, and then hustles in, slides head first, but there was still no play. But really heads-up base running right there from Cox.
So Gage Topham does re-enter. He had that big base hit back in the previous inning. Takes strike 1.
Topham's come up big for Gunnison. We saw it on Tuesday twice. We saw it once already today, and seems like when runners are in scoring position, he finds a way to drive them in.
So, 1, he's going to hit that right back towards the second baseman. They go to second for 1. Get the double play.
Yeah, 4-6-3 double play.
4-6-3.
That one he just got jammed, got the hands out extended, but the ball just kind of tailed back in on him, and he got jammed on that one and hits a soft ground out to second base.
And we see why they run for top of him. Talon Zufeld doesn't really get down. He's a big kid, so that did move the runner to the third base, so Peyton Sanders can get something in a hole somewhere. Could get he's pops up and right straight up. Pitcher Nieves is calling it. He's going to take it himself, although the first baseman comes over to under, but we're going to call that the P1 for out number 3. So they come close, no runs on 2 hits, no errors in the inning, and another runner left on base at the end of 4.5. It's 5-5. San Juan coming to bat. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Lazy D Pawn in center field is the premier auction house in central Utah with monthly auctions during the fall, winter, and spring. You can consign your items to be sold at auction, or when you're looking to add to your collections, or you just need some tools, maybe a new-to-you gun, or even an ATV, you can see what will be up for auction monthly at the shop on Main Street in Centerfield, at the Lazy D Auctions Facebook page, or at lazydauctions.com. And be sure to let Lazy D Pawn help you with your estate auctions. Lazy D Pawn in Centerfield, the go-to source for your auction needs.
When you think of agriculture, think of Hermanson's Mill in Gunnison. They're the agriculture leader in South Central Utah with everything you need from planting to harvest. Hermanson's Mill carries a full line of seed, including small grains, alfalfa, corn, grasses, and cover crops. They have dry and liquid fertilizer to help your crops reach their optimal yield potential. Add this to stock vaccines, pet supplies, and protein, and range blocks. Hermanson's Mill has been serving the agricultural needs of South Central Utah for over 100 years. That's Hermanson's Mill at 200 South, 100 East in Gunnison.
Live high school sports action on KSVC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field. We got a doozy, 5-5 between San Juan and Gunnison Valley. San Juan at bat in the bottom of the 5th inning here. First pitch to Ian Johnson. Squared the bunt.
Yeah, saying he pulled it back, so it's going to be ball 1, but he's trying to just bunt for a base hit, find a way on.
I thought he offered it that himself. So the 1-0 from Pickett. Swing and a miss. Keeping things up at 1-1.
Johnson so far ground out to second base and then struck out swinging in his last at-bat.
Curveball gets the corner.
You don't see a lot of curveballs from Pickett, but when he throws it in there, it does typically catch the hitters off balance as they're primarily looking for fastball.
Like that one right there that he just waved at for strike 1.
Yeah, it's twice now struck out swinging for Ian Johnson.
So that's going to bring up Colin Baker. He's got the triple and hit by a pitch. Scored twice. First pitch from Pickett. Fouled off to the left, strike 1.
Yeah, that pitch fastball kind of in on the hands and kind of tailed in even more as Baker had a pretty good swing on it, but the ball just moved in and came off the handle backwards for the foul ball.
Next pitch misses. Even things up 1-1. Into 6, Union 6, Ogden 4 over in the 3A at Kearns Field. Ooh, that almost got him for the second time.
Yeah, almost brushed him right there. Almost thought it got his. It's interesting, he's up to bat with the batting gloves in the pocket, no gloves on the hand.
Ooh, swung at one more protection, I think, up there on that one, up and in.
Yeah, that was a protect me swing for sure, and maybe the gloves are for when he gets on base, he can wear them and just, sliding on this turf.
So even things at 2-2 with 1 out. Right there. Nothing wrong with that one.
Nope. Didn't want to swing the bat that time as, strike 3 right down the middle, and I don't know if he was expecting or looking curveball, but that was a really good pitch that time from Braxton Pickett for a second strikeout this inning.
Yep, 4th in the game. That brings up Talon Mendoza. Takes first pitch, strike 1. Right there in the same place that Baker just watched that last one. Talon Mendoza flown out to the center fielder and base on balls. That curveball stays in under the hands of Mendoza.
Yeah, and the winner of this game will go on to play tomorrow here at 1:30 against the loser of the Kanab Enterprise game, which will be played tonight at 7.
Yeah, we'll still be here. Next pitch, gets to the corner for strike 2.
Pickett obviously coming in pitching down 5-0 versus 5-5. He looks like a totally different pitcher out there this inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yeah. Coulter was set up outside, that's where it was, but just a little bit too far outside.
Yep.
2-2. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Curveball, that's ripped to left-hand side, but it's going to go foul. So Mendoza stays alive. Curveball that stayed up and in.
Right now, Pickett, they've been pretty much throwing fastballs away, but I think if you came fastball in on the hands here tight to Mendoza, you'd get him as he kind of, 2 strikes now. He's really kind of up on the plate to protect, but I don't think he could get around on that fastball inside.
I think you're right. We'll see how.
You can see how close he is to the line.
No, tried to go away. Even saying that's going to make the count full.
Yeah.
7th pitch at the at-bat, in the at-bat. There's the pitch. That's fouled off the left-hand side, gets way up there in the air, but goes way foul as well.
Yeah, and the reason he was able to get that when the pitch was a little up in the zone, I think, once again, you paint that down and in on that, it's going to be really tough for him to get down, turn on that pitch on that fastball down and in. But where he left that middle up, he was able to foul it off.
We'll do it again. Here's the pitch. That's a curveball that's going to find a place. Well, Crouch was able to field it, but it's infield single for Mendoza.
Yeah, really good at bat from Mendoza. He did, textbook. When you get 2 strikes, he scooted up in the box. He scooted up on the plate. He got up on the bat.
We were wrong. He got in. He got around enough of it on that inside pitch to.
Yeah, it was kind of an inside-out swing, and
yeah.
Just an infield single.
We're not infallible, folks. We may give you that impression, but so we've got a runner on. He's going to face Jake Ivins now. Takes that one for ball 1. Jake popped up to the second baseman and got a single. 1 for 2 in the ball game. That one's going to be popped to the right-hand side. That could be trouble. And it's going to drop into front of the right fielder. Uh-oh. So, base hit. Win another one in tweeners.
Yeah, you go 2 strikeouts and then back-to-back singles here. Now you're facing Branton Bethea, the 9-hitter. Coach Sanders and this Gunnison coaching staff definitely wants to see him get Bethea right here and end this rally for San Juan and go into the 6th with a 5-5 tie. But
your number 9 hitter, you got to get this guy here.
You got to go at him right now. He's had a strikeout swinging and then a strikeout looking.
First pitch, upstairs. Coulter King jumps up and goes one way. The umpire jumps up and runs the other way.
Yeah, King saved a run right there as that ball was up and in, but he jumped up and made a nice snag.
So the 1-0 pitch. Right there. Got just a piece of it, did Mr. Bethea. Even things up a 1-1.
Great day for baseball. You see a few arm sleeves rolled up, catching a little sun, cooling off.
Next pitch, curveball. That's lifted that same spot, but Newman came in on that one. Makes the catch, route number 3 on the F9.
That's a big out for multiple reasons right there, Willie. So Gunnison able to end the rally from San Juan to get out number 3 right there on the fly out to right field.
So no runs on 2 hits, no errors in the ball game, and 2 left on base. So at the end of 5 complete, it's 5-0. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see
fouled off to the left-hand side for strike one.
Brackett 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI on the day.
We are in the top of the sixth inning. Swing and a miss. Pretty foul that one. Nope.
Yeah, down into the bullpen, but he had a good swing on it. That would have been one. Had he been able to keep that one fair, he would have been able to get probably a double for sure, probably a triple out of that one.
I looked up late on that one, and all I seen was him standing there. It swung the bat. It popped up, or lined out shortstop there. Dribbled out to the shortstop, I should say, for the 6-3 put out. I couldn't get that one out of my mouth, Coach.
Yeah, Brackett had a really good swing on that foul ball, and then had to come back and kind of protect the outside part of the plate and slap that one to the shortstop, and the shortstop comes up with a nice play to throw him out there at first base. But Brackett gave it everything as you saw him go across the bag and then actually kind of go down as he was really running that one out.
That brings up Coulter King. 1 for 2 on the day. There's one that's going to get right at third baseman, one hop. Good play.
That was a really good play because he had to kind of go 2 steps hard and reach to the 5-6 hole. I thought that ball was going to get through, but Jake Ivins with a heck of a play there at third base to get Coulter King on the 5-3.
Cooper Palmer there to keep the foot there as he tried to.
First baseman had a really good stretch as well.
So that brings up Easton Newman. First pitch. Not sure what he thought was wrong with that one, but that's strike one.
You know, it's really interesting, but you see the effectiveness of Jersey Nieves as he's been able to mix up the fastball, curveball, but really, as long as he's been on the mound, he's shut these hitters down.
Hit hard right at, and that's going to take a hop. Yeah, better part of Valla there, the discretion that Easton Newman just showed on that one. He was going to go 2. And there's a good chance that Mr. Bethea would have thrown him out.
Newman's 2 for 4 now and actually swung the bat the best of any hitter against Nieves on the mound as he come up with a nice line shot into left field there for the base hit. And a really good job of Ian Johnson to knock that one down and not let it get over him.
Well, that brings up Jake Sorensen. See if they... Didn't see where the ball went in, but headed our center fielder. Yeah. Me and the shortstop both lost track of that one, but the F8 going to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. In the 5.5, it's still 5-5. San Juan coming to bat on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
For more than 40 years, Jones and DeMille Engineering has been shaping the quality of life of those around us. They are committed to the communities in which they live and work and take pride in being able to protect and enhance them. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they strive to serve with a professional, personalized touch to provide value that reaches beyond the project. earning their reputation as the go-to resource for planning and infrastructure needs. Jones and DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life together.
Harmon Tire in Nephi is proud to sponsor this broadcast of high school sports and wants to wish the Juabois good luck. Harmon Tire, 895 North Main in Nephi, has been a family-owned business since 1973, providing Nephi and the surrounding areas with exceptional service for over 40 years. Harmon Tire specializes in tires, alignments, brakes, steering, suspension, wheel shocks, struts, and more. Stop by Harmon Tire on Main Street in Nephi or give them a call at 435-623-0720. That's Harmon Tire in Nephi. Go Wasps!
Your home for high school sports, KSBC.
Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson back here at Larry H. Miller Field. Got a tie ball game going in the bottom of the 6th inning. Next ball game is supposed to start at 1:30, folks. Didn't take us long to get behind today. So that one probably not going to happen.
Well, we're still not sure. You know, obviously someone's got to break the lead here, but just got a final in 3A being played at Kearns High School. Union gets the win there, 6-4 over Ogden.
So that's an elimination game there. Ogden's going home, and Union will go on. So we'll get another one from the Uinta-Besa, still in the hunt here. Our partners at channelv6.com are kind of glad to hear that.
Yeah, Union will get the loser now of Canyon View Carbon. They'll play tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. at Kearns High School.
So the first pitch, Parker Snyder here in the bottom of the first inning is a ball. Well, a called strike. Take that back. He didn't like it. So the 0-1 on its way. Must have just missed inside and up a little bit for ball 1.
Yeah, both these two teams, you know, starting off this 6th inning right at the top of the order.
This game may not be over 1:30. Yep. There's a curveball. It's hit toward shortstop. Brackett backhands it. Oh, errant throw. Not sure a good throw would have got him, but what do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know. That one to me looks more like a, you know, infield single where Brackett, first of all, made a really good backhand just to glove it kind of deep in the hole there, but not able to come up with the throw, and, yeah, that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that one. So that brings up Garrett Young. He lays one down. Third baseline is going to go foul. Sanders hustles in and gets it before it has a chance to go fair again.
You know, that one he was definitely trying to get more of a sack bump, but at the same time he's trying to get out of the box and get down the line. Sometimes you just have to realize the situation, and, you know, I'm sure Coach Nelson's a little bit frustrated too. You got to get the bunt down, move the runner second, doesn't really care, give yourself up, get it out.
Yeah, because Sanders was way back at third on that one. Next pitch, inside. Well, maybe they could get the corner with that tail, but not so.
Well, he might come back to the bunt right here, but he was definitely not showing bunt on that last pitch.
So Parker Snyder at first, nobody out. He squared that, walked up the thing and pulled it back. Walking his hands up the bat handle on that one.
I'd imagine they'll just stick with the bunt, try to get that runner to second base here.
I would. 6th inning. Nobody out. They didn't. There goes the runner. Got him.
Yep. Nice throw. Surprise, you know, you try bunting him over and then you go with the still, and Coulter King with the nice one hop into second base for the tag and throw out. Ends the any rally so far that San Juan looked like they had the advantage. First leadoff batter on, and now they got nobody on.
So it counts 3-1 to Garrett Young. He swings and misses, fouls one back.
You see the importance of execution. You know, they get the first bunt down. They have a runner at second with one out, and your 3-4 hitter's chance to drive him in and give you the lead.
That one's popped up. But think that's going to get out of play. You know what? And Coulter King just learned something about playing on turf.
Yeah.
You know, you can get that one hopper out there, and it's not going to lose speed. It's actually going to help you.
Well, and the other thing
Right
is
down
that
there where
and
you-
it's low, so
Yep.
it was literally catch tag. You didn't have to move the tag up or down or anything else. It just swiped the tag, and a really nice play.
So counts full. One out here to Garrett Young. Stays way up. So just after the good play, he's going to put another runner back on first base. Give him a second shot at it. Garrett Young putting on the sliding glove there.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Jersey Nieves. Has got on the E7, had a single, and then got on with the fielder's choices last at bat.
Swing and a miss. Pretty good fastball there from.
Yeah, Coach
Braxton
Nelson's
Pickett.
telling him, hey, you can't pull that pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. Drive that one into right field.
So the 0-1. Ooh. Gets away. Garrett Young thought about it, but wasn't far enough away. Coulter King got out there and got on top of the ball in a hurry.
King did a nice job hustling down, but also I don't think Garrett Young got a really good secondary as the pitch was going home.
There's the curveball that stays up and in.
The umpire's saying that one's in. Gunnison wanted that one. They felt like that's probably the pitch that Nieves has been getting called for them when they're at the plate.
Ooh, got Nieves to offer it one way up.
Yeah, that pitch was up and in, and he tried to tomahawk swing that with only one strike, but now there's two strikes, and, Pickett has probably the advantage here, 2-2.
Ball stays up. Gonna make count full. A lot of full counts today for Braxton Pickett. Swing and a miss on another one up there. Route number 2.
Got him on that same fastball up and in. That one probably wasn't as bad as the one before, but big strikeout for route number 2, like you said, Willie. That's huge. Now you might see Coach Nelson see if he can't get Garrett Young down there to second base again with 2 outs, and then have Cooper Palmer, your 4-hitter, a chance to drive him in.
Tougher throw for Coulter King with the left-handed
You see a
batter
little
there.
bit bigger lead too.
Yep. No, runner doesn't go. Takes ball 1. I was thinking if he's going to go, he's going to go on that first pitch, but we'll see. Not really leaning. Strike 1 on the outside corner there to even things up 1-1.
Yeah, Palmer 1 for 3, has the 2 RBIs. 1 for 2. He drew a walk his first at bat.
Nielsen not even giving any signs over there. I don't know if they've got the green light. If they think they can go. No, curveball way outside.
Well, maybe sometimes too you get a runner thrown out, it slows you down. But at the same time, I think you continue to play your style of baseball, and if it's running, then you continue to run.
So 2-1 to the number 4 hitter, Cooper Palmer. That stays up as well. Well, they've got a man behind him that struck out his last 2 times up, so Palmer's put the ball in play his last 2 times up. There goes the runner. That's going to move the runner to third base. That gets to the. Oop, they got him hung up. Nope, nobody talking to each other on the infield.
Well, that's what happens when you throw behind the runner still. You know, if you're Kyler Cox, you got to come up and throw that one to third base. It keeps the runner at second base, but by throwing behind to Brackett there at shortstop, he was already kind of not quite halfway, but almost halfway.
Yep.
As soon as he sees the throw and where it's at, he's able to move up and get that extra base.
Yep.
If you throw ahead of him, then even if it bounces 2-3 times, whatever, it forces the runner back to second base. But now San Juan's got first and third and Ian Johnson at the plate.
2 outs. Chance to go ahead. They'll go ahead run 90 feet. Down there, third base, Garrett Young. Ian Johnson batting from the left-hand side. Struck out his last 2 times out. Braxton Pickett takes a step back, thinking things over. Coach King giving the defensive signs.
Yeah, first, third here with 2 outs.
Delayed steal, go home.
If you're San Juan, you try anything you can, but Gunnison, you just got to realize right now the runner at third's the one that matters the most, and not worry about the guy there at first base. If he goes, he goes, but you can't let that go-ahead run in here in the bottom of the 6th.
So the first pitch, Ian Johnson from Braxton Pickett. Down and in for ball 1.
Yeah, Pickett, he just can't worry about the runners on either first or third. Just concentrate on the batter.
Next pitch in there for strike 1.
You seen Garrett Young the pitch before, trying to get in his head a little bit, doing some dancing, trying to get his attention.
Who's that running at first base? That's not Cooper Palmer, is it?
No, I believe that was.
Next pitch outside. Ball 2. I didn't even see him sneak him in there. Can't pick up a number, but it is a pinch runner for Cooper Palmer.
It's Jager Nieves,
Jager
number 4.
Nieves, okay. That ball's hit towards the second baseman, Crouch, over to first base. Ooh.
Made it close,
yeah,
but he got him.
But the 4-3 put-out ends the inning. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. The end of 6 complete, still 5-5. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Coach Labrum, he really loves to see the success of his players after baseball. He loves to see a lot of these young men he's coached be successful husbands, be successful in their jobs, be successful as fathers. That means a lot to him. I've heard him say it. It makes him proud to see these boys that he's mentored and coached grow up to be good people.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
First pitch to Parker Sanders. The 6-3 put out. Ground ball to the shortstop.
Yeah, Sanders just swinging first pitch right there.
They've been doing a bunch of that.
Yep, they have every time, and for good reason, because when they get a fastball, they better take advantage. They don't see many of them.
So Kyler Cox, first pitch swinging right at Cooper Palmer, who did re-enter for the ground out to the first baseman, and 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. That brings up Braxton Pickett, going to have to try and help himself out here. 2 for 2 in the ball game. This one foul back here above us. Yep,
right above us.
Yeah, pong pong.
Yeah, Braxton Pickett had a walk his first time up, doubled with an RBI and then a single, looking to stay perfect at the plate.
Swings over the top of that next pitch. Fouls it off towards the San Juan dugout. The 0-2 pitch on its way from Davis. Curveball, swung and miss.